Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a voiceover for this haul. I did a voice when I was, going through everything, but, you know, I lost the audio. So here we go. Okay, so recently I spent 2 weeks in Boone, North Carolina. That is where Cheap Joe's is located. And I took two workshops, and every time you go to a workshop, you get a little bucket full of goodies. This time I got a Cheap Joe's pencil, a Pentel pen, a sample mixed media by Strathmore, a Cheap Joe's sample set. This is their paint, their watercolor paints, and a sample pack of Fabriano Artistico paper. Love some of this paper. It's got a hot pressed, a cold pressed, traditional white, and extra white. So I really we'll work on this later on in the video, but this is really good 100% cotton watercolor paper. So first thing I'm going to do is show you these Pentel Color Arts ink pens. These are like water brushes filled with ink, and they are different colors. There's a gray, and they're Pentel watercolor brush or color brush set, and they're a pack of neutrals. So the first one I'm doing, I think, is a gray, and I'm trying to figure out here how to open the darn thing. So you have to take it apart, take out that red thing that's keeping it from being squeezed, and just squeeze it down until you get ink in the brush. So that is a really, really nice gray. I thought I would get these to do value studies, and I have plenty of things to do value studies, but these were new to me, and so I thought, well, I'm gonna try them. So this one is I believe it is black or sepia. I'm waiting for it to come down there. You can find just about everything you want at Cheap Joe's. There is so much to be had at this is sepia. Yeah. So I did take a workshop with lettering, so I thought, well, I'll just practice this with my lettering. And it is a really, really nice tone. And one thing at Cheap Joe's is you can find some really different items. They have their own line of art supplies, and I just love that. And they get in things that you just don't see at other art stores or on Amazon. So, one thing you can do is I'll leave the link below and you can go search around. I am not affiliated with Cheap Joe's at all. I just really love their workshops and their art supplies. It's a beautiful part of the country, and they just really make you feel a part of the family. So here I am working. They're really easy to use, these ink brushes. They come to a really nice point. I'm sure it'll wear down, but you can, after you run out of ink, you can refill them, or you can fill them with water and use them as a water brush. So I really am not regretting the purchase. I'm really um, enjoying using those. And this is one of the, um, this is a Platinum Preppy. This was recommended by our watercolor sketchbook instructor. Her name was Leslie Failing, and she was wonderful. I was just going back and testing these to see if they was water soluble or waterproof. And this ink that comes in this Platinum Preppy is water soluble, and it does move. But she told us to get the carbon ink cartridges. This is a fountain pen, and it really writes smooth. And I was writing on there, this is really nice to write with. It was highly recommended, and these are not expensive at all. And you can get this at Cheap Joe's as well. Sometimes they order things special for instructors. While I was there at Cheap Joe's, I'll also leave an Amazon link for these some of these supplies as well. They had everything in stock. So I didn't take a pastel class, but I went and was looking through all their pastels, and they had all these beautiful pastels that I had been trying to find. And this was a soft pastel, and it just has a number on it. It doesn't have a color, I believe. So I believe it was called, I'll be writing it on here in a minute, but I think it was 407. Yeah, it's Sennelier 407. It is a soft pastel. It's like a um, muted red, pink, magenta. I don't know, but it's really beautiful. And this one is an oil pastel. And Sennelier's oil pastels are so soft. Sometimes I like to do a little mixed media work and put oil pastel on top of my gouache or watercolor. So, especially if I've, kind of messed up and want to turn it into something. So, I do like earth tones and muted and moody colors. This is the color Brun Claire, number 93. That mummy is really pretty though. It's like a pink red. And then I got raw umber, and it was nice, and it's good to mute bright colors. And then sepia. It's just a nice dark brown sepia is. And this one is really pretty. I thought this one was just a really nice earth tone, and it's called reddish brown gray, number 15. And it definitely does have a reddish undertone. This is, I think this is blue grayish, and it was a little bit transparent. So, blue gray. So, number 11. It's just really beautiful. It just really doesn't have any green or red in it. So, that's one thing I like. It's really neutral. And this was chrome red, number 91. It's really nice. And this next one, these Senneliers, they're so soft. They're like butter. I mean, they just melt on the page. You'd almost think that they were like an oil stick. That Rouge da Vinci, it's really pretty. Brown ochre. And I just picked up some of these earth tones that I hadn't been able to find online, or just really spoke to me as I was looking around the store. That brown pink. That brown pink is really, really interesting. It has a pink undertone with the brown on top. There's some of those colors up closer so you can see. I was looking again to see if I could find a color name for that soft pastel, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't. So that was that. Now, while I was there, I picked up these travel brushes, and I believe these are Princeton Aqua Elite. I got them right here. They give us a tour of Cheap Joe's. When you go to Cheap Joe's and take a workshop, they give you a tour of Joe Miller's old office, the art gallery of all the instructors, and then they take you into the warehouse, and it's just a really, really interesting tour. They're a small business, mom and pop store, family owned business, just a great family. I really love it. The staff was wonderful, and these Princeton Aqua Elite travel brushes were really nice to use. Really works exactly like the Princeton Aqua Elite. Now, I've never been able to come at them before, so I use the Princeton Aqua Elite and I use the Princeton Neptune. So, my next travel brush set that I might buy is the Princeton Neptune because I think they made them into a travel set. Now, I was having trouble keeping my brushes organized, so I bought this brush holder. It was made by Cheap Joe's, and I did get that Isabey Squirrel Mop brush. And it was kind of expensive, and I got a few more brushes, Joe Miller's Signature Series and Pseudo Sables, and they're just lovely brushes. So, and I got a couple of riggers. They're thicker riggers. I don't know how to explain that to them, but you know, you can undo it and fold it up, and there you're ready to go on your travel. So, my best finds were the American Journey paints, which I have American Journey paints, but I found some really interesting colors, and we're going to test these out on this Fabriano Artistico, and I was just really, really loving these paints. So I can't remember. I think this is Yellow Sev Indigo. Now, I love me a good indigo, and this was just a little bit different than the other indigos I have. So this next one is Blue Stone. It is so... Now, I opened it and look at all the binder that came out of that. I didn't have this trouble with any other paint. So I don't know if it was, sitting on the shelf for a while or what, but, that happens sometimes. But I just poured that binder out and I'm just going to toss it. This one's Blue Stone. Isn't that pretty? That is like a dark muted teal. I love it. It is made out of cerulean blue, I believe, and um, iron oxide yellow. This next one is Junebug. It is so pretty too. It would make good skies or good water, or I could imagine painting dragonflies with it. I was comparing the size of these tubes to a regular 15 mil tube. Look how much paint you're getting. I can't believe how much paint you're getting. And I bought these paints for a purpose in mind. And, you know, I wanted to have a lot of it. So this one is Pat's Coastal Blue. It is just a real, it's almost got a green tint to it, like you would see in the ocean. So, and this next one that I'm going to swatch out is um, Coastal Fog. And it is similar, very, very similar to a buff titanium. It is more yellow than coastal blue, and but it is just really, really similar to a buff titanium. This next one, oh my gosh, this next one is so cool. And maybe you'll see it in the close-ups at the end of the video. This is called Ward Jeans Dusty Green. I just love these specialty premix colors. Can you get them and from mixing? Yeah, you probably can. But if you're just wanting that color and you love that color, then, why not have it pre-made? Because, you want to have plenty of it at your disposal. This next one of our instructors had a bunch of tubes out. This next one is earth and green. So he he said, just take some of these paints and fill up your palette. So I did. And then I ended up going and buying most of the colors. This next one's really cool. It is called Raw Umber Violet. It is so pretty. It is just like a deep, deep, deep perylene maroon type color. It is so pretty. It is so pretty. All these colors, the only one I would say that's granulating is that Worn Jeans Dusty Green. These are so pretty. And if you have a specific thing in mind to use them for, these are very economical, very affordable, especially when you buy them in the big tubes. So on the back, I'm going over, and I also bought a couple of specialty colors. This one is called Taylor's Flamingo Pink. There was a little bit of binder at the top of that, and I just took the end of my paintbrush and stirred it in, and it was all right. So this Taylor's Flamingo Pink, so pretty. So pretty. If you want a consistent pink color, and for florals, it's not as in your face as Opera Rose. So it's got an undertone, kind of a blue undertone to it. It's really, really pretty. And this is neutral tint. And I got it in a small tube. So American Journey paints, they're good, they're economical, they're affordable, and they make it so watercolorists can afford to buy a lot of paint. So these are just wonderful paints. Support Cheap Joe's. Go to a workshop. It's really, really fun. And, you know, they market to all people and they make it fun. The store is wonderful. And, you know, go there with a little extra pocket money because you will want to buy some things that are in their store. They have a wonderful, beautiful store in a beautiful setting, surrounded by the woods and the mountains, and it is just the place to be. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and join me for more in the future. I just wanted to show you these finds that the paints especially are so beautiful. I love these colors. So, you know, happy painting. Talk to you later. Bye.